When we speak about the sources for the air pollution in Western Balkans, specifically I will tell more about my country, Bosnia and Herzegovina. We are still depending a lot of high usage of fossil fuels and biomass and burning things, which are not allowed that much in European Union. More air pollution we have in winter period than in summer period. So the traffic, it is one of the sources, but with a lower percentage than usage of the fossil fuels for house heating, for production and everything. Most industries in my country is based on the heavy fuels, so that's the main sources.
Similar to Central European countries, there's no single polluter that can improve air quality that you have to address. A number of studies have shown, studies both by local and international projects, that the main sources for air pollution in the Western Balkans by particulate matter comes from energy production, domestic heating, traffic, and agricultural residue burning. And as particulate matter stays in the atmosphere for some days, it's also formed by gaseous precursors. Measures should be taken on all scales. This means that all these sources have to be addressed on all spatial scales, from local and urban level to economy-wide measures and international scale. And within cities, the focus should be on domestic heating and traffic. Want to take air pollution on an economy-wide scale, the focus might be more maybe on energy production and industry. So the main goal of the European Union Green Deal is the efficient use of resources and to move to a clean and circular economy, to stop climate change, revert biodiversity loss, and cut pollution. This means that the European Union will become climate neutral by 2050. And what is the Green Deal for the European Union? The Green Agenda for the Western Balkans transposes this European Union Green Deal to the Western Balkans. This has been laid down in the Sofia Declaration. Green Agenda for the Western Balkan in general will enable Western Balkan economies to develop and come closer to the European Union in their green policies.
All of these type of projects like his green agendas, objectives is to help us to overcome our problems with the air quality and is helping us to easily join tomorrow in European Union, because all of these is obligations of the countries who are in European Union.
What we have learned in Austria in the decades, cooperation is crucial. As air pollution does not stop at borders, the problems are the same in neighboring countries, and also Austria is a small country which is influenced by air pollution from neighboring countries. So it's important to cooperate with our neighbors, but it's also important to cooperate within the country, to have the same quality assurance procedures, to learn from each other, to avoid mistakes, and to use the limited resources in an efficient way.
In our country, like in countries next to us, our neighbors, Serbia, Montenegro, Albania, we have a lot of thermal power plants working, and we don't have plan to close them that soon. We are still polluting our neighbors, even if we don't want to do it. So that's why we need help from the countries who oversaw these problems. For example, Austria is one of them.
But for example, when we also look at laboratory, not all laboratories have to analyze all pollutants. One laboratory focuses on substance group A and another on substance group B. So to join the forces and to reduce the costs for each economy.
Yeah, this was one of the ideas that we had to do, because we are small countries, low budgets. Reference laboratories are really expensive to maintain and to run.
So the main air quality problems we had that started already in the 1970s and 1980s maybe, and at that time it was due to industry, power plants, traffic, and domestic heating. Maybe not that different from the situation how it is in Bosnia now. And what this shows is that it takes time. It takes many years to improve air quality on the one hand, but also on the other hand to establish air quality monitoring. Also that takes time. And what we have learned is what is crucial is the cooperation between national and regional level of administrations, and also a stable administration so that people stay in the laboratories, stay in the ministries. And this requires also stable financing of all these institutions.
What is happening now in this period, it's that the obligation about the air is separated on the different levels. You have 10 cantons. Every canton has obligation to do something about their air, not synchronized. So we lose the responsibility there in the chain of responsibility. Actually, we know what to do, but who's responsible to do it at this moment? There need to be a responsibility chain in our country. Now, according to new law, we will do something that experts from Austria and Sweden help us to do. So we can learn a lot from them. We are learning. Actually, I'm here today to learn something from them. I have one professor from my university. I asked him the same question. He told me, do like just they did in 80s. In 80s, we had good solutions for the air pollution, who was dealing with the solutions that could be done. Now we have a lot of projects, a lot of different projects, but not the crucial solution, because everything is done only in main cities. For example, in this winter period, we had pollution coming from Zenica or Kakanj, where is thermal power plants and where is iron and steel production. The main thing is to raise awareness at this moment. For example, we have 50,000 houses which use the biomass in Sarajevo. We have a high concentration for dust. We need to do something progressive, more aggressive than Austria is dealing at this moment. We need to do something what they did 20 years ago. The best solution is just to apply everything what is written in directives and for EU, and then it will be easier for us.
There's no single measure and it takes time, but you have to start at a certain point and use renewable energy, especially solar. So there's a lot of sun in Sarajevo. Change of the mindset is important. It's about mobility needs, and it's about mobility services for all people, not only for car drivers, but also for elderly, for children. And so you have to think the whole mobility system, and this requires not only talking about traffic and roads, but also to think about urban planning, climate change, energy, transport, noise, and of course air quality together, and to have the same data and to have the vision in mind that you want to improve the quality of life of people. And by that, you also improve air quality, you do something for climate change, you improve energy security.
Our people mostly don't understand the air pollution, what are the influences of that. So I had one colleague, actually, Kристијан knows him. He's not with us anymore. He was part of this project. He liked to say that air quality is expensive, but the oncology and the health is more expensive than that. And just take the result of our oncology and compare that with Austria or some countries which they have cleaner air, cleaner water, cleaner soil, cleaner food, cleaner everything, you will see the difference and see the expenses there, and you will see how much money we can use for air quality and to reduce the health issues that we have in our country.